Now, first on the Western Slope, you're watching KREX5 News at 6 p.m.
Good evening and thanks for watching KREX5 News this Saturday evening. I'm Chance Sticklin. A festival residents always look forward to on the Western Slope was canceled last year because of COVID-19. This year, however, the largest festival in the area, the Palisade Peach Festival, was back and in full swing. Festivities have been underway since Thursday, and KREX5's Austin Sag joins us live from Palisade with a sweet treat of his own. Austin, what's it like out there?
Thanks, Chance. It is a sweet treat indeed. Here at the Palisade Peach Festival, the peaches did not disappoint and have gathered quite the crowd. At the festival, anyone attending can take part in many peach-themed events or enjoy a treat that's just peachy.
Live music entertainment, a peach pit bar, orchard booths filled with jams and jellies. The Palisade Peach Festival is back and the peaches are aplenty.
We actually have 10 different varieties on our orchard, but today and in season right now we have the Coral Stars, the Red Globes, and the Rosa Peaches. My favorite is the Coral Star. Typically they have a little bit more of a citrusy undertone, and I think it brings out a lot of unique flavor in the peach. And then it's very versatile in cooking and margaritas, salsas, whatever you want to use it for.
After the tough year in 2020 and the added devastating freeze growers endured, the festival is back and there's an uplifting energy in the valley. The sweet juiciness and flavor of the peach that makes it a Palisade peach has peach fans from all around the country headed to Palisade to see what all the fuss is about.
We decided to come to the Peach Festival this year. It's a great day. The weather's great. Come see it.
Palisade has a long history of growing the best tasting peaches, and the Palisade Peach Festival is about celebrating the peaches, those who grow them, harvest them, and the economic impact they have on the valley.
We are very fortunate in that we have a crop or a product that people get really excited about, and it's really fun to grow. And we really appreciate the support we get from the community and from customers as a whole.
A 52-year tradition that grows with each season, this event is filled with activities and peaches that make this a true Palisade Peach Festival.
If you missed your chance to attend the festival today, don't worry, there's plenty of events going on until 10 p.m. tonight, so head on down. Or you can head on over to our website, westernslope.now.com, where I'll post a full event schedule so you can get your own box of Palisade peaches. Reporting live at the Palisade Peach Festival and first on the Western Slope, I'm Austin Sack, KREX5 News. Chance, back to you.
Austin's feeling peachy, and I'm also feeling peachy back here in the studio. Thank you very much. A decent amount of rain last week caused safety closures on I-70 through Glenwood Canyon. And as of 7:23 this morning, I-70 in Glenwood Canyon is open. Traffic is flowing in both directions, eastbound and westbound. Some portions of I-70 through Glenwood Canyon are down to single lane. Speed has been reduced to 35 miles per hour. Rain prompted a precautionary shutdown of the interstate on and off last week. And CDOT says unusually large uncertainty with the weather has resulted multiple extended closures. We will continue to keep you updated with the latest updates. And mudslides and debris have not only prompted interstate closures, another popular Colorado landmark has been impacted by mudslides and debris. Hanging Lake, known for its crystal clear water, will see extended closures because of the debris along the trail and lake. The National Park Service gave an update on the status of the outdoor attraction earlier this week. Hanging Lake's prestige water and hiking trails attract people from all over. But due to recent mudslides and debris, park officials delivered some bad news to outdoor enthusiasts on Wednesday.
We're announcing today that Hanging Lake is going to remain closed for the foreseeable future. I wish I could tell you how long. We need to get up there and do a little better assessment of what can be done, but this is not a minor trail reroute or something like that. It's really a complete reconstruction that's needed.
Reconstruction will include repairing 7 bridges that have suffered damage. The cost for the project still remains a big question, but for those who had reservations to visit the area, a refund is available, or those funds can go to help restore the trail.
And we feel strongly about this area, and we are very committed to helping with the restoration, no matter how long it takes. Funds that will be focused not only on what we thought maybe would be tree planting after the Grizzly Creek fire, but additionally the trail restoration.
Those involved with the project say a further assessment is needed to determine a timeline for full restoration.
As soon as the weather permits, we're going to send engineers, hydrologists, trail specialists, trail designers, landscape architects to start to do an initial assessment of how long it'll take.
Even though there is a long road ahead, park officials say the landmark will eventually dazzle visitors again.
I think we can say clearly to the public that Hanging Lake will be back. It'll be back to its gorgeous, clear state that it's just going to take a while.
COVID infection rates are rising in nearly every state. Hospitals, especially in the South, are nearing full capacity as ICUs are swamped with mostly unvaccinated patients. Michael George has the latest from New York.
Intensive care units are in shorter and shorter supply. This one in Tennessee was converted from a cardiac unit, and a new tented field hospital was built alongside the University of Mississippi in Jackson. The cost of treating so many seriously ill patients is high, $42,000 per patient last year, according to a recent review. Health professionals, more and more, aren't holding back on their frustrations.
Today, when we need to be trusted more than ever, people are doubting us, and we need to trust the science behind the vaccine and utilize the only defense that we have.
While the number of vaccinations has increased, more than 1 million on Thursday alone, they aren't going up fast enough in many places.
The situation in Kansas is cause for real concern. Nearly all the people admitted to our ICUs with COVID-related issues are unvaccinated.
An Illinois police department is shut down after every officer tested positive when 23 faculty members called out sick. A Tennessee school called a snow day. Jamisha Dowell, mother of 2, objects.
If we're using the inclement weather days, how's it going to affect, when we really need them? How is one closed day going to suffice for the 14-day quarantine?
In Texas, a state court sided with one county's decision to require masks for students after the governor took a no-mask stand.
It gives us an opportunity to do the right thing. When it comes to practicing, protecting our citizens, our families, and our most vulnerable, our children.
Governor Laura Kelly is asking school boards to take action fast.
I urge every school board across Kansas that hasn't already to implement mask requirements in their schools. Until the vaccine is approved for children under 12, masks can prevent students from quarantine, from getting very sick, and dying from COVID-19.
Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Well, turning our attention internationally, the situation in Afghanistan has gotten worse, and President Biden's administration is working to bring home Afghan families to reunite them with their families here in the United States. More from CBS News.
The chaos at Kabul airport conflicts with the president's reassuring words. Thousands of Americans and Afghans still pushing to get past Taliban fighters and crushing crowds, fearing they'll be left behind without the protection of U.S. troops.
If this keeps going, no one will get help.
This man told us he's in hiding because he worked for the U.S. government and has yet to get a visa.
I haven't received that. Most people haven't received that. The vulnerable people are still outside. The vulnerable people are still in great danger.
Afghans like him fear the Taliban's tightening grip over the capital. One Taliban leader, Khalil Haqqani, on the U.S. terrorist list, spoke at Friday prayers, a stark reminder of who's now in charge. As the urgency builds to evacuate, the Pentagon says it dispatched 3 helicopters just beyond the airport walls to rescue nearly 170 U.S. citizens from a hotel. For thousands who have made it out, this is where they now wait. Al Udeid Air Base in Doha. So packed it hit capacity yesterday. forcing the U.S. to suspend its flights at Kabul airport for hours. Flights resumed once other countries, like Germany, agreed to transit evacuees through their territories to safety. A U.S. defense official says American troops evacuated around 5,700 people, including 250 Americans from Kabul yesterday. Some Afghans trying to get a flight say many people who are not necessarily in imminent danger have turned up at the airport, getting in the way of others who are trying to get out. ROXANA, SABERI, CBS News, Doha.
Roxana, thank you very much. Hurricane Henri is expected to make landfall this weekend. Parts of the tri-state area are under hurricane and tropical storm warnings ahead of the hurricane. A beach in Long Island, New York is practically empty in wake of the storm. Strong winds and currents have begun picking up. A red flag warning has been put in place on the beach, and officials are preparing for what is ahead. Well, still to come on KREX5 News, sports with Jocelyn Stafford and your full weather forecast. Don't go anywhere.